Now I know that I told you in the beginning that I'm going to show you a shortcut, and here it is. So on your piece of paper, in your coordinate grid that you've got, go ahead and plot these points A, B, and C. That's going to be our pre-image. Okay, so A is going to be at 1, 5, B will be at 2, 1, and C will be at -3, -1. Now that you have these, what I'd like you to do is take your piece of paper or your notebook or wherever you have your graph and your image or your pre-image. Take your piece of paper or your notebook or your graph or wherever you have your pre-image plotted, and I want you to rotate it 90 degrees in your hands, 90 degrees to the left, so counterclockwise. Okay, and I'm going to do that right here. So what was here is now here. Okay? Now, let's set this as our graph that we're going to be using now. Now, let's look at where A is now. Okay, if this is the origin 0, 0, this is now the x-axis, this is now the y-axis, where's point A? Okay, let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's -5 up 1. So I'm going to write -5, comma, 1. Where's B? -1 up 2. Where's C? 1 down 1, 2, 3, so 1, -3. Okay? If you remember our rule from the beginning, we switched the x and the y's, and we made the y coordinate the opposite of whatever sign it was originally. So let's look. Let's see if that actually happened. We originally started with 1, 5. If we make this the opposite sign, so -5, pull it up front, and then put the 1 back here, we now have this coordinate, don't we? So the rule works. Let's continue on. So take your piece of paper now, and I want you to rotate it 90 degrees again to the left. So in total, that's a 180-degree rotation, counterclockwise. And let's go look again where A, B, and C are. Okay, well, A now is at -1, -5. B is at -1, 2, -1. And C is at 1, 2, 3, +1. So 3, 1. Okay? Do you remember the rule? Sure, maybe, maybe not. Okay, well the rule was you just changed the signs of the x and the y's, and that's exactly what we did. We started with a +1, +5, now we're at -1, -5. We started with +2, 1, now we're at -2, -1. We started at -3, -1, now we're at +3, +1. Okay? So you can remember the rules, or if you can remember to switch your paper in a 90-degree rotation counterclockwise or 180-degree rotation counterclockwise, you should be set with these rotations. Let's do one more 90-degree rotation counterclockwise and add it up, and that'll put us at the 270 mark. Okay, 270 is here. All right, let's look at where our A, B, and C are. Well, now, again, if this is our x-axis and this is our y, we're going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1. Our B is going to be at 1, -2. And our C is going to be at -1, +3. And if you remember our rule, okay, we switch the x and y's, right, and change the sign of our original x. So again, we start with a +1, make it negative, so we're changing the sign, and then put it where the y was. So that gives us the 5, -1. The same rule applies for our B. We started at 2, 1. Now we're at 1, -2, and our C, which is at -3, -1, and now it's at -1, +3. Okay? I hope this shortcut helps, and hopefully you'll be getting some success on these rotations, because they are a little bit tricky sometimes, but hopefully you'll be able to use this little trick in turning your paper and remembering the rules a little bit and applying it to the rotations and getting these coordinates set. Okay? Have a good one.